And Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Doctor. My name is Nur Fatihah Abd Ghani. I would like to explain about assignment 2 which is number 1. What does it mean by conic section? Definition for conic section is the intersect of plane and a cone, which is by changing the angle and location of intersect, we can produce circle, ellipse, parabolics, or hyperbola. Or in special case, when a plane touch the vertex, a point, line, or intersect line. And next, this is circle, which we have radius, and this is ellipse. This is vertical from dia gariskan pada paksi Y, and this is horizontal bergaris pada paksi X. And next, this is parabola with a vertex lengkung pada paksi Y and horizontal lengkung pada paksi X. And hyperbola, which we have two lengkung pada paksi Y, iaitu vertical, and horizontal two paksi pada paksi X. And next, the general equation of conic section is ax kuasa 2 plus bxy plus cy kuasa 2 square plus dx plus ey plus f equal to 0. The type of section can be found from the sign of b squared minus 4ac is curve for less than 0. We get ellipse, circle, point, or non-curve. For equal to 0, we get parabolic, 2 parallel line, 1 line, or no curve. And the last one, more than 0, we get hyperbola or 2 intersect line. Next, the conic section is four of the below with angle J and K, which we also can take J or K is X or X, Y. Instead of 0, 0, replace its X term with X tolak J with Y in term of Y tolak K. So equation for horizontal for circle, x square plus y square equal to r square. For ellipse, in horizontal vertex, x square over x square plus 2 square over b square equal to y. And parabola for px equal to y square. Hyperbola x square over a square minus 2 minus y square over v square equal to 1. And we can see equation of asymptote just we just have in hyperbola here, which y equal to plus minus b over a multiple x. And as we see, we have equation for vertex or for vertical vertex, for circle, ellipse, parabolic, hyperbola, and equation of asymptote we also just have in hyperbola. And variable is r, as we know, r is a circle radius, a is a major radius, b is a minor radius. C is distant center of focus. T is distant for vertex to focus or district. A is equal to 1 over 2 length major exit. B equal to 1 half length minor exit. C is distance center to focus. And next. Okay, we move to second question is what are the conic section? The conic section we can understand which conic section are the curve which can be divided from taking slide of the double neck cone. Double neck cone is in regular English is two cone nose to nose, which one cone balance perfect on the other. Section here is used in similar to that in the medicine or science where a sample from biopsy, for instance, is frozen as first handed tracing that extremely thin slide section. And next, there's some basic term that we should know for this topic is center. We take a point H and K with yang kita tengok tadi, yang X tolak H and Y tolak K. So dekat sini kita just ambil H dengan K untuk center point. And the vertex in just case in parabola also ambil point H and K. And then for it's also in hyperbola. And then this topic we can get center, vertex, focus, district, axis, major axis, minor axis, locus. This is apa sebenarnya benda center, vertex, apa semua tu maksud. Okay, next. Each conic has typical equation form. This is parabola ax squared plus dx plus ey equal to 10. Circle x squared plus 2 plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f equal to 0. For eclipse ax squared plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f equal to 0. For hyperbola, and the last, ax squared minus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f equal to 0. This equation can be rearranged in various ways, and each conic has its own special form that you will need to learn to recognize by some characteristics of equation above remain unchanged for each type of conic. And we also take a general form to easy to understand, which circle we must ambil equation ni untuk buat soalan kalau dia cari circle. And this is eclipse, parabola, hyperbola. And then next. Okay, dekat sini saya juga sertakan example macam mana untuk cari find the domain and range of graph of x squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 6y plus 13 equal to 0. So kat sini, dekat sini pun kita dah nampak equation dia sini, nampak macam circle. So kita dah boleh detect soalan tu nak apa. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, for example to find the domain range and the domain and range of graph. And for here, we simplify and we get center 2, 3, which h and k, and radius square root of 70. The graph circle to have determine domain and range, we shall get circle according to graph domain x value and range of y value. We can determine by adding the subtract square root of 70 to coordinate of the center. Okay, the domain is 2 minus square root 70 more than x less than 2 plus square root of 70, and range is 3 minus square root 70 more than y less than 3 plus square root of 70. We can see this here. This is domain, and this is domain, and this is this is range, and this is range. This is center. Okay, next. Okay, I also attach example 3 to draw eclipse, and here this is final equation form. And next, kita akan dapat eclipse. Next, okay, kita move to question number 3 in assignment 2, which how do the conic section form? As we know, circle cone is cut by plane perpendicular to axis of cone. The intersection is a circle. If the planes intersection one of the piece of the cone and its axis but is not perpendicular to the axis, the intersection will be eclipsed. To generate parabola, intersection plane must be parallel to one side of the cone, and it should intersect one piece of double cone. And finally, to generate hyperbola, the plane intersect have both piece of cone. For this slope of intersection, plane should be greater than the one of the cone. This is a general equation for any conic section. This is as we see, and I also give equation type of conic section is represent b squared minus 4ac is less than 0 is a conic axis, will be either or circle or eclipse. And second, b squared minus 4ac equal to 0. If conic axis, it will be parabola. And third and last, b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. If it conic axis, it will be hyperbola. And the next, kat sini saya attachkan standard form of equation of conic section. As we look, this is eclipse with major horizontal major axis. This is vertical major axis. So next, this is parabola with horizontal transverse axis, hyperbola with vertical transverse axis, parabola with horizontal axis, parabola with vertical axis. This we take a look, and then next. Okay, for solving system of equation, we must familiar to solving system of linear equation. As kita tengok yang example yang saya attachkan 3 example tu. Lepas kita buat, kita mesti solving the linear equation, right? So algebra and system quadratic equation can be solved by elimination, substitution, just the case of linear system. Okay, we move to my partner, next partner, which is Rosfarhana binti Rozi. To next for question 4.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. Thank you. I am Rosfarhana binti Rozi. Okay, I will explain about number 4. Elaborate on each of the conic section. Definition, technique of graphing. Next. First, circle. Circle is the longest of point in a plane that are all a constant distance, called a radius, from a point which is called a center. So this is the equation. From this equation, we can get the center and the radius. Okay, this is the example for circle. From this equation, like I said before, we can get the center is from this one and this one, but we take the digit in opposite sign. From this x minus 2, we get the center for x is 2, and for y is negative 1, and for the radius, this is R2. R2 equal to 9, and we get radius is equal to 3. Next. And this is the graph. From equation before, we get the center is 2 and negative 1, and the radius is 3. So 1, 2, 3. 3, radius from here 3, from here 3, and here also 3. Next. Next is ellipse. Ellipse is defined as a set of points in a plane such that the sum of distance from two fixed points remain constant. Alright, and this is the equation, and also we can get the center from here and here, and from A and B we can get the vertices. Next. And this is the equation for vertices. And for foci, if a squared is bigger than b squared, we use this equation, a squared minus b squared. And if b squared is more than a squared, we can use this equation. Next. Okay, for example, this equation, we get the a squared is 9 and a is 3, and b squared is 4, b is 2, and the center is negative 1 and 2 we get from this equation. And as we all know, the vertices, we use the equation, the formula before, and we get this negative 1 from the center, and 2 plus 2, 2 plus this one, b, and we get this vertices 1 and vertices 2. For vertices 3 and 4, we add at the axis, and we get vertices 3 and 4 like this. Next. And this is the graph. This is at the center, vertices 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next. Next. Okay, for the foci, like I said before, if a squared is bigger than b squared, so we use a squared minus b squared. So a squared is bigger than b squared. So 9 minus 4 equal to 5, and we get 2.2. So around here, from the center to the foci, 2.2. Next, the next is hyperbola. Hyperbola is all points found by keeping the difference of the distance from 2 points. When there is an addition, like before, it is ellipse. But for hyperbola, the sign is negative. It differentiate from hyperbola and ellipse is from the sign. For hyperbola, it is negative, and this is the equation. Next, we can get the center from, for example, from this equation. It is also like an ellipse. We can get the center from the equation x and y, this one, and we get the center is 0 and 3. X square minus 0, so we get x is 0 and y is 3, and a squared equal to 4 and a equal to 2, b equal to 3, and we can get also the vertices from by using the previous formula, and we get the vertices is 2, 3, vertices 2 is negative 2 and 3 here, and the shape of the graph is like this. This is the center, vertices 1 and vertices 2, and we can get the focal point is 3.6, or the foci. The foci is 3.6. Next is parabola. Parabola is the set of all points that are equidistant to a focal point, and line called directrix. One line or this line called directrix. Parabola is either open up, down, right, or left. So I will show you the graph. Next. We to know either the graph is up, down, right, or left, we can look from the p-value. P-value we can get from, for example, this equation 4p. We can get we find the value of p, and if p is more than 0, the graph will be like this shape, and if p less than 0, like this, and p more than 0 but different kedudukan the name, and p less than 0. Next. Okay, for example, this equation, we can get the vertices by from x plus 2 and y minus 2. So vertices, we also take the opposite sign, and vertices from x plus 2, we take negative 2 and 3. And for p-value, for p equal to negative 12, so we get p equal to negative 3. And like I said before, we to know the shape of the graph, we can look from the p-value. So p-value is negative, so it's less than 0, and the equation is like that. So the shape of the graph is like this. So from directrix, directrix is a line. So p is 3 from the focal point to 0. From the vertices negative 2 and 3, the directrix is 3 points from the directrix. So 1, 2, 3. So here are the directrix. Directrix is y equal to 6, and the focal point is negative 2 and 0. Also from the directrix, 3 points. 1, 2, 3. So the focal point is -2 and 0. Thank you. Next, I will pass to my friend Nur Amira binti Wahab.
Assalamualaikum. Okay, this is the interesting part beside of them. Okay, my name is Nur Amira Wahab. Okay, I will explain about the application of conic section. Okay, next. Okay, for the first one, conic. By the simple definition, we can say that circle is a two-dimensional geometric figure which consisting radius which passing through from its center to the circumstance. This is the center and this is the circumstance. So this is the radius. The radius just the same if this line approach to another angle. Okay, next. Okay, the uses of circle in real life. First one, transportation. For example, is wheel. Wheel is a circular component that have been invented to rotate on an axle bearing. Okay, wheel is a circle. Wheel is an example of circle. Okay, next. Second, entertainment. Ferris wheel. Okay, Ferris wheel is a kind of adventure entertainment that keep rotating upright with multiple passengers. See, everything that is circle must have the center so that it can be stable. Okay, next. And then cosmetics. For example, eyelines used in cosmetics so that iris will appear bigger. It is widely used for women, right? Okay, another example is food such as donut, pizza, and so on. Okay, next. Okay, ellipse. Ellipse is a closed curve, the loci of the point such that the sum of the distance from that point to other fixed point called foci of the ellipse is constant, equivalently, and the conic section, that is the intersection of the cone with a plane that does not intersect the base of the cone. Okay, this is the component of the ellipse. Okay, we have center, we have foci. Foci in a singular we call it foci, this one. And then we have the major axis, the long line, and the minor axis, this one. And this we call it co-vertex, and this is vertex. Okay, next. Okay, the uses of ellipse is elliptical orbit. Okay, for example, our Earth is rotating on its axis, but at the same time, it rotates around the sun, and at the same time, Moon will rotate. So both of them are rotating to each other and around the sun. Okay, next. Rugby ball. Okay, see, rugby ball, it has the major axis and the minor axis with the vertex and co-vertex, and this is the center. Why is the shape is like this? So that when the rugby player throw it away to the other player, this shape, okay, or we call in mathematics is vertex, it can cut the resistance of air. So it will go faster. Okay, next. Okay, parabola. Parabola, the users first in touch. Okay, the light is placed in the focus of the parabolic mirror. As the light travels and meets the mirror, it is reflected in lines parallel to the axis in a straight line. This is why light beam from the headlights of cars and from the torches is so strong. Okay, all the lights, it will be focused on this focus, and then it will reflect straight, so that the driver, we could see what in front. Okay, next. Okay, bridge design, see? Next. Okay, we move to the last part is hyperbola. See, in art design, we have this kind of look. This is a lamp. Okay, next. And then we have cooling tower. Use the evaporation of water to remove processed heat and cool the working fluid to near the wet bulb at temperature, or in the case of closed circuit dry cooling towers, rely solely on air to cool the working fluid to near the dry bulb at temperature, blah blah blah. Okay, actually it is used in industrial plant. See, these all vapors, it just to release heat. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.